So our last video was about the basic concepts regarding the subjective reflection with the help of the digital phoropter or digital refractor. But in this current video, we will learn that how we can perform the beautiful phenomena of cross cylinder with the help of the digital phoropter. In our previous videos, we have learned that how we can find our cylinder, how we can find our axis of the cylinder with the help of the physical Jackson cross cylinder in subjective reflection. But this video is all about the subjective reflection, the cross cylinder with the help of the digital refractor. So first we will talk about some remaining settings. This is right R, this is for the right eye, and if I press the button you can see left eye is closed and I can work on the right eye. And this is for the left eye L, and if I press this button you can see right eye is closed and left is open. I can work on the left eye. And now this is open and close setting. This is for the left eye, this is for the right eye, and if I press this button you can see this is open and this is closed, and this is open, this is closed for the left. And if I press the button you can see right eye is closed and open, closed and open, and same as the left eye, right? You can see. And this is binocular for the both eyes. If you want to open the both eyes, this is plus, this is minus, right? And if I press the plus button you can see in the left eye plus power is increasing on the screen, and if I press the minus button you can see I'm increasing the minus power. And these two settings are the position. This is for position number 1 and this is for position number 2, and these settings are useful in cross cylinder. You see right eye is open, and if you want to perform the Jackson cross cylinder you have to establish the best vision sphere. And if I am increasing, suppose -2, -2.5, 2.75 and -3, suppose this -3 is our best vision sphere. You know very well that to perform the cross cylinder we have to establish a best vision sphere first. So I will go in the test, and you can see here are different tests: near visual acuity with add, near point of convergence, near point of accommodation, near add, negative accommodation, positive accommodation. And if I come down, I'm rotating this joystick, and we have different tests we will discuss about later. And for the cross cylinder the first step is bracketing, and yes, cross cylinder axis, right? We will press OK, and you can see, you can feel the difference on the screen. Here is the cross cylinder of power 0.25. You can see the minus power is at different axis and plus power or plus axis are at different. This is minus axis, these are plus axis, and handle would be at 90°, right? And here are some settings. You can see the cross cylinder we are using right now is 0.25. We can use 0.5 as well if you want. So here are some settings of the axis of the handle. This is 0 or 180, 45, 90 and 130. Right now we are using 90°. Our handle is at 90°, as you can see. Here the handle is at 90°, and minus axis are different axis and plus axis are at different axis. So these buttons are to flip the cross cylinder. Right now the position is position number 1, right? And at position number 1 you can see minus axis are at 135, and if I press the position number 2 you can see the flip. Now minus cylinder axis are at 45° in the red color. This is position number 1, minus cylinder is at 135, and now position number 2 at 45. We are talking about minus cylinder. So I will put my handle at 45 degree, and now you can see minus axes are at 180 degree and plus axes are at 90 degree, right? And when I'll press the position number 2, now you can see minus cylinder is at 90 and plus at 180. So now suppose our patient preferred minus cylinder at 90 degree, which is rough axis, minus cylinder at 90 degree, right? So now I will change the axis which patient choose, which are 90 degree. So axes are there, right? And the cross cylinder power is 0.25. Now I will put a trial cylinder of the same power as Jackson cross cylinder. So as you can see, 0.25 minus, right? And axes are 90 degree with patient preference. So spherical is -3, cylinder is 0.25, and axes are 90 degree, right? So now I will go for the next step, which is AXIS refinement. I am moving this joystick. Our patient has choose rough axis, and now we will refine. This is cross cylinder axis, you can see. And if you press the button, so for AXIS refinement, as you can see, the trial cylinder's axis, which are 90 degree, should be aligned with the handle of the Jackson cross cylinder or cross cylinder, which are at 90 degree as well, right? So now we will ask the patient that position number 1 is good or position number 2. Suppose position number 1 is when minus axes are at 135 and plus axes are at 45 degree, right? And at position number 2, minus axes are at 45 degree, and suppose patient choose 45 degree with minus cylinder, and trial cylinder axes are 90, and we will move 5 degree towards the 45, and which is 85, right? So our new axes are 85. And now this is position number 1 again, this is position number 2, and suppose patient preferred minus cylinder at again 45 direction, right? So we will move 5 degree towards 45. Now our new axes are 80 degree, as you can see, right? So like this we can move 20 degree, or we can take 4 steps. Like our new axes were 90 degree, we move 90 to 85, 85 to 80, or we can move 80 to 75, or 75 to 70. We can take 4 jumps of 5 degree, or we can move 20 degree. So now suppose 80 degree are our refined axis, right? Now again we will move towards the power, right? So I'm moving this joystick, and this is cross cylinder power, as you can see. So I'm selecting. So now as you can see, now in this procedure of cross cylinder power, right, the axis will be aligned, the axis of the trial cylinder will be aligned with the axis of the cross cylinder. So as you can see, 80 degree are axis of the trial cylinder, and you can see the axis of the plus cylinder are 80 degree as well. So both are aligned. So suppose this is position number 1 when plus cylinder axis are at 80 degree and trial cylinder axis are 80 degree as well, right? And this is at 80 degree plus cylinder. This is position number 1, and this is position number 2 when minus is at 80 degree. So now suppose patient preferred when minus trial cylinder and cross cylinder minus are at the same axis, which are 80 degree, and when both minus would be at the same axis, the power will be doubled. So we will increase 0.25 power. So new power is 0.5. And now again we will ask the patient that position number 1 is good when minus is at 80 degree, right? Or position number 2 when plus is at 80 degree. And suppose patient preferred when minus is at 80 degree, when both minus are at 80 degree. So again we will increase the power, and you can see when I am increasing the minus cylinder, the minus spherical is decreasing at the same time simultaneously,
right? As you can see, minus 2.75, right? Minus 3 is coming towards minus 2.75. And why this is happening? To drag the circle of least confusion on the retina. And now again, this is position number 1, this is position number 2, right? And suppose patient prefer again the minus cylinder at 80 degree, and now I will increase the minus power. And as you can see, if I'm increasing the minus power, right, from minus 1 to minus 1.25, the spherical correction is simultaneously decreasing, right? And this is why, to drag the circle of least confusion on the retina. And this procedure is called the rule of thumb in Jackson cross cylinder.
I hope all the concepts regarding the cross cylinder with the help of the digital refractor are clear. And in the next video, we will learn that how we can perform the duochrome test with the help of the digital phoropter.